Okay. I was excited this week to be back at home, hosting UTSA on Family Weekend, and hoping the weather from the tropical storm stays good and west of us, which it looks like it should. It's just always good when we have a great game day setting and all of our Pirate fans back in the stands. So, disappointed not to come back with a victory the other night. Obviously, great college football game. Had a lot of stuff to deal with the weather. I've had several of those in my career, and when it started, that we thought we'd be able to get at least the first half in before we had threat of lightning. I mean, we got one series each way, and but after it started hitting the reset every 30 minutes, you knew it was going to be a while. But the players were very motivated to make sure we got the game in, and that was something they made very clear. And they wanted to play. They were excited about the game. I thought they had a great preparation going into the weekend, and I thought that we came out and played that way to start the game, and just probably couldn't start it any better as far as being able to get a score on our first offensive drive, and then our second offensive drive, and then able to get the turnover down there and punch that in, and then able to get another field goal to take a sizable lead there to start the game. Obviously, Liberty, there's a reason that they have had the success they've had the last several years. They came back and able to punch one in right there before halftime and get a little bit of momentum going into the half. Second half, we had our chances. We had the lead going to the fourth. They countered and came back and able to take the lead again, and we were marching right down deep into Liberty territory, and getting ready to go back on top, and disappointed that we had the turnover right there, but our guys battled back. We had another opportunity to drive down and get a score, and not able to do it there. So tough one to lose. But I do see some things that we're getting better at. Obviously, need to improve on third down from our performance the other night. Did not do a good job defensively getting off the field, and that was a big factor there in the second half. A lot of that goes to their play, especially the quarterback. Thought we had him a couple times on several drives where we're ending the drive, and he's able to make a play. So a lot of stuff we have to work on this week to improve before Saturday, but excited about this week's game and excited about the matchup. Questions?
Coach, you guys have been so good on third down under Coach Harrell. Did you see a combination of, at times maybe they thought it was the wrong call, and then other times the players just made plays over your guys? What was kind of the combination of issues there?
I think that they did a good job with some contested catches. The quarterback, I don't know which exact drive it was, but it was early there in the third quarter. They ended up getting a touchdown off that drive where we have them deep in their territory. It's 3rd and 12. We have a pressure from the field coming. And really the only thing the blitzer from the field needs to do is, keep the 7 in the pocket. Because we have some looping guys and we talked about trying to keep him caged in all night. And we lost leverage, and we can't let that happen. And then he's able to scramble for a first down and then some extra, and then they went on to score on that drive. So we had, several situations like that. So it's a combination of things. Against really good teams, you can't have breakdowns right there. So we've got to do a better job in practice of putting our players in situations to be successful, coaching it better, and making that play when we have the opportunity to make that play.
Coach, when you lose leads like that in back-to-back games, how much of that is mental? How much is it physical? And is it just something the team has to learn to keep their foot on an opposition's throat to go ahead and put them out?
Well, I think it's a combination of several things. I think, it is a combination of you playing a quality opponent. Okay, you knew that they would get themselves back in it. When you jump out to that lead, but it's still early, 4 quarters is a long ball game. So you got to keep playing. The thing we got to do a better job is we got to do a better job of finishing drives, especially in the second half. And just like we just talked about, we got to do a better job of getting off the field on third down, especially in the second half.
Coach, some things have gone right this year, some have gone wrong. At the end of the day, conference play starts this weekend.
Right.
What's the message to your team moving forward? Because I know one of your big goals was to win a conference championship, and that's still very much on the table.
It's for this week. We finished the first quarter of the season. Okay, so non-conference play is over. Okay, so you start the second quarter this weekend, and it is the start of conference play. And the goals very much to what we talked about each of the first 4 weeks is doing whatever we got to do to go 1-0 this week. And it's an opportunity to be at home, which I think is huge. You're playing a very good football team with UTSA, who had a lot of success last year, and they got a lot of guys back from last year's team. But it's an opportunity for us to get a win to start conference play, and that's what the players are excited about.
Coach, we've seen y'all work on that jumbo package quite a bit in practice. So how good was it to break it out? I think 2 for 2 and punching in touchdowns there.
2 for 2, and I thought it couldn't have been executed much better. And those guys have been excited to get in the ball game and get that opportunity in those situations. And I think that's the package. We have a lot more to the package than what we displayed the other night, but I think it's something that we continue to use. Not only in that particular situation we used the other night, but I think we can use it at other places on the field.
Coach, what did you think about Davius Nash's performance on Saturday, taking over for Savon?
I think some good and some things to improve on both. It's his most extensive playing time at corner so far. He played in each of the first 3 games, but obviously saw an uptick in the volume of reps. His skill set, he's made for it. He's built very, very similar to Savon, and not quite as long. And I don't know, I've never raced him, but maybe not quite as fast. But he's long enough and fast enough, and he's very athletic. With him, it's just continuing to get him reps, get him comfortable, and really getting him prepared to go out there and play at a higher level. Same thing with Lamp, who I think has, again, he's very long, he has good speed, he's played, a little bit more. So I think those 2 guys, just continuing to prepare them to be ready for Saturday.
Coach, you mentioned the specifics of third downs and getting off the field, but when you do lose a lead like that in 2 straight weeks, overall, what is the level of frustration in the locker room of, trying to correct that?
Well, the thing we've got to do is, you're playing against quality opponents. You got to be able to finish them off, and it's the mentality of just to continue to you said a while ago, foot on the gas, and that's kind of the words that I use with our team. Continue to be aggressive. We are obviously aggressive with some of the things that we did. Going forward on fourth down. Taking shots down the field. We need to continue to do that, and we've got to continue to work on executing those situations better.
When you look at this weekend's opponent, they finally, quarterback Harris, I think after 18 years of college football, has moved on. What do you kind of see from the Roadrunners as far as the quarterback position and their offense this year?
Well, obviously, Owen McCowan, he's got good genetics. His dad played in the NFL for, quite a while, and, he's a lefty. He's not as mobile as Harris, but he is mobile. Very good arm, very accurate passer. I think, watching the games from the beginning of the year on, he's improved each week. He obviously has, some guys around him that have played a lot of ball. The tight end, Zero, is a senior, has been a very good player there for several years. The running backs, 6 and 4, both very dynamic backs. We faced them last year, very good players. The young receiver, number 3, he was really impressive against us last year, and he's their leading receiver right now. So I think he's got a lot of tools around him. He has several starting offensive linemen mixed in with some transfers on the front. So I think he's learning to operate as the starter. He played a good bit last year. I think he started the Army game last year, and then they're learning how they're going to change things with a different kind of guy right there in the pocket.
Coach, obviously late night, I guess early morning, however you want to phrase it. How do you get the guys back rejuvenated, because it can kind of mess with your clock a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we pulled onto campus at 7 a.m. And so it made for a pretty short night. Sunday, or I guess Saturday night. It was Sunday morning when we got here. The players, I gave them a little bit longer time before they came in the next day, and so just trying to make sure that they got a little bit more rest. We didn't do quite as much yesterday. I told them the big focus was I wanted to, get recovery, get a good night's sleep last night. I saw a lot of them today so far. Really focus on getting a good night's sleep tonight, kind of getting their bank built back up. So our big focus is trying to get as fresh as we can for Tuesday, because that is a challenge right there. So I just know this: I slept pretty sound when I finally got to bed last night, so I'm sure the kids did too. So they'll be ready to go tomorrow morning and looking for a really energized Tuesday, and that's the real key, is to have real good work days on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then get our bodies ready for the weekend.
Coach, just with the '99 team coming back this weekend, obviously a lot of memories from that season.
Right.
That team. How important is it to have those old, former guys back and have those kind of moments at Dowdy Fickle?
Well, it's important to us to stay connected to our alumni. That's something that I've tried to do since I got here. I think we're doing a better job with it the last couple of years because of Coach Shankweiler being in the position he's in, kind of an alumni liaison. And so, he knows so many of our guys that have played here over the years, and he's, helped put this together, this whole deal together for the '99 team. And, it was a special event 25 years ago. I think the team went 9-3 that year, but obviously had to deal with the hurricane and the moving of that game and everything that went around that. And, everybody that was involved in supporting, from, local fire and rescue and police and all that supported that team and helped them, navigate that situation. So I think there's just, a lot of special memories because, you navigated that situation successfully, and so that's a memory that those guys will never forget. But our alumni are important to us, and want them to know that they're always going to be a part of our program, and they're a priority to us when they're back on campus.